interfering last time. No, but you were saying, well, you were trying to chip in. I know. I'm joking.
I'm good. I just wanted you to talk shit about Jacko.
I'm not going to do that.
What it takes to do.
Good evening, everyone. I am here. I am Halil Nedim with Steve Aldridge, aka Teach.
Good evening, guys.
We've got a real treat tonight. This is like almost like the season finale of the Summer League 2025. We've got 3 finals. But first up, we've got the Division 2, Division 3, Division 4 singles final. It's the first time this has been done this year. So we are going to have our first ever winner of this final. It's playing against Paul Ingham's versus Dean Slater.
So it's going to be a best of 5 tonight, Halil.
So
and they are just prepping the table. I think the table has now been prepped, and we are close to the first lag. So
wow!
Break first.
I can't wait. It's going to be a great night of pool action. If you just join us live, wherever you are, at home or anywhere around the world, this is the stream to be. Teach. This is the stream to be on.
Yeah, I've rushed from parents' evening tonight, Halil, to be here.
I rushed from Charlotte, North Carolina. Woo!
That's our one and only wrestling reference, please, Halil.
We've
had some feedback from the viewers, and they've requested 1 per week. No more.
Well, this is the last one until
till the next time.
Till the next time. So there's the handshake. We're gonna have our customary picture between the 2 finalists. Paul Ingham's, he plays for the team called the Moonage, Division 2, which are based in New Annington. Very, very good player. He's joint 5th in the Division 2 standings with 21 wins, and he's top of his team stats. His opponent, Dean Slater, who plays for the All Stars in Division 4. I think it's Division 4. I could be. He's joint 6th in the standings with 20 wins, and he's 4th on the team stats.
So Reds won the lag.
I've played Paul a couple of times actually, Teach, and he's very, very attacking player, very good player. Personally, Division 1 player standard for sure. I don't really know much about Dean Slater, so do you know much about him?
No, it's actually the first time that I've seen both of these players live.
Okay.
So looking forward to it.
Yeah,
I know
definitely.
In the semi-finals, Paul had a slightly trickier semi-final, winning 3-2. Dean Slater's passage through to the final was slightly easier. He had a 3-0 win over Vincent Hughes.
And there we go.
Good crowd in the building.
Absolutely, it's a jam-packed crowd. You could cut the tension with a knife. Our referee for the call in the action is John Sayers. He'll be refereeing all 3 finals tonight. And as you mentioned, this is a race to 3. We break off, and we've got a dry break. Teach.
Yeah, dry break there.
This is it. Yellow's in play. He's got a good chance here to make inroads. Only the one dodgy red on the right-hand side.
Struck that nicely.
Very nicely. And it's all about getting that arm going. You know, obviously, they're both going to be nervous. In fact, all 4 finalists will be nervous this evening.
Now, this table, Halil, has had a lot of conversation, hasn't it, the last few weeks?
It certainly has. It certainly has.
The table.
It certainly has.
Caught out a few players.
Can he actually? Is he hampered? He is slightly hampered.
Yeah, it doesn't need to do too much with the cue ball here.
Exactly. Lovely shot. Nice confident start so far, Teach.
Yeah, he's going to need to just punch this one into the middle a little bit and carry this cue ball through, and then he's going to have a choice of 2 yellows. The yellow on the right does double.
Yep.
Into the left-hand middle.
Yep.
Let's see where he lands after this one. Slightly more angle than I thought.
He's still on this.
See just there, that cue ball just kept going, hasn't it?
It's because, as I've mentioned before, and you've mentioned many times, this is a neutral venue for all 4 finalists. One good pot here. That's unlucky there. And he was perfect on the double as well. So, Dean and Slater coming to the table. Dean plays for the All-Stars, as I mentioned earlier.
Got a tricky red along the cushion here. I wonder if you lay a little snooker here, Halil, or is it worth going for the pot anyway?
No, I would take your chance and go for the snooker.
And he's got the best of both worlds.
He has indeed, because it was a free shot, but also if he did pot the red, then you're going to focus on the safe red at the top in the bulk end. So fairly easy escape here for Paul. Unlucky that he caught the middle knuckle. So in these rules, as I've said before, it is ball in hand, anywhere on the table. You know what? I know you're going to say plant the red on the other red, which he's going to look at now. And then the only other obstacle, red, which is not really a problem, it's going to be the bottom table. But the black's in that part of the area as well.
Yeah, so clear all your work at the top end of the table at this point, and then you've got the 2 reds down the bottom.
You've hit the nail on the head there. It's all about minding your work. Just plant this now, little cheeky plant. Yeah. Play that.
Yeah, definitely take the top left-hand one
Absolutely.
now.
Play that maybe with a bit of a natural angle. Play that bit of right-hand side.
And then the ball over the middle bag is your natural passage
absolutely,
down to the bottom of the table.
Looking good here, Teach.
Yeah, it doesn't need to do much here.
Not at all, no, because you could even play the red on the cushion last. You got the black. He's slightly gone the wrong angle there.
Yeah, that's pace has caught him out slightly there.
It has.
Might need to see a bit of Chris Melling magic here.
Round the world here, could be. Oh, do you know what? This may be a better shot. He's just asking the referee if he's not frozen, which he's not. Cheeky little tap, and he has done that, and also he's done the snooker at the same time. So, as you say, best of both worlds here.
I think that was the right shot.
It was the right shot, but he could. I'm looking from here. I don't think he can see the. Yeah, but it's an easy escape. He could maybe. He may get the yellow in the middle of the cushion. He did try that.
So it was a good hit, but he has left now. He has chance to take out this first frame.
Nice. Looking confident, walking on the table. Taking his time as well. Not rushing into anything. We have seen, as you know, previous finalists. Nice black for 1 zip. Taking his time. I like his approach here. Nice and deliberate. And there we go. Nice confident start for 1-0 to Dean Slater.
Yeah, I think Dean's done everything right in that.
He has indeed. He did.
He's taken them out when he's needed to, but he's drawn back a little bit when the pot's knocking on.
And speaking to Paul actually on presentation night briefly, he's got a nickname. His nickname is Pond Life. So, Pond Life is 1-0 down, but all to play for still. A long way to go in this final. Whoever wins this will be our first ever Division 2, 3 and 4 singles knockout winner. While they're racking the balls up, So this tournament started on August the 11th. Paul route to the final. He won 2-1 against Yusuf Sukov, which is one of my teammates. 2-0 in round 2 against Matt Rochford. In round 3, he beat Ian Scott 2-1. In the quarters, he won 3-2 against Patrick Colony. In the semi-final, he won 3-2 against John Walton. So, is that another dry?
That was another dry break. 2 frames in a row, Halil, dry breaks. So Dean this time comes to the table with the first chance. And probably looking at yellows.
I would say so. And winning that first frame is all about, you don't settle until you win that first frame. And taking his time, I like his approach there. Possibly take the maybe the yellow in the yellow pocket, and then nudge, and then maybe dislodge the other one.
Yeah, I can't tell what angle he's got here.
A bit more.
Yeah, it was finer than I thought.
Yeah, but he's still looking in great shape, Teach.
Possibly, if he can get through to that yellow, possibly play a plant and now dislodge the other yellow if he needs to. No, he's just going to slow roll it. He had the angle. Actually, that's come out beautifully.
Absolutely.
So he has made the little
perfect. I'd be inclined to drop. I'd be inclined to take the yellow closest to him now first, because you couldn't put that white better by hand. Yeah, nice confident pot there. Probably looking at maybe the yellow on the right hand side.
He is. He's got to start thinking about the black soon, because the deeper he goes into this clearance, I'm not quite sure whether that black has a pocket. It definitely has the right hand pocket.
It certainly does.
Position-wise,
you would think that the yellow closest to it on the left hand side, would be your link ball to get on the black. So he's definitely going to be playing for that. But it's key. The next shot is key, positional shot for the yellow over the pocket, get on the last yellow, and really it's all about this next shot.
Yeah, the way he's played that says to me that he's not looking to disturb anything around the black. He possibly found a route.
Yeah. He's a bit further away from the yellow than he wanted, but you can just drop this in now, but as you say, Teach, you've got the red nearest to the yellow, obviously impairing part of the potting angle for the black.
Yeah, I don't think the angle was quite there, and that's unlucky.
Very unlucky. So now, roles reverse, Teach, where Paul went off, I think, in the first frame. Sorry, not Paul, Pond Life. Where would you go here, Teach? Would you take the top reds first?
Yeah, I think you clear your work up the top first of all, as we mentioned in the first set.
Yep. Just going to watch he doesn't fall on that yellow. Just above his top. Nice shot.
Just caught out by the pace again.
He has. But what he's done there, though, Teach, he's put the black in a more safe position for, well, not only himself, but his opponent. But also, as well, he's got options here to bring the black out. As you said, Teach, both players not familiar with this table and played it on the shy side. Yeah, I've played Paul a few times, and he's a very, very good potter. Very good potter. And he played the nice, the savvy shot there.
Yeah, that was the right shot.
Absolutely, absolutely. Just asking the referee, John Sayers, if it's frozen, and it is not.
And that's important in international rules.
Absolutely, absolutely.
When you're snookered.
Because back in the previous world rule days, all you had to do was, if you were full ball snookered, you'd call total, and then you would hit your object ball and that was it. But this time, you're not only going to hit the object ball, you're going to hit a cushion afterwards. We're still going. That's unlucky.
So this is a big chance for Paul to get his first frame
yeah,
on the board.
absolutely.
Can't tell from this angle whether those two reds surrounding
I
the
was
black
thinking, yeah, because I'm
pot.
okay.
He thinks the lower one of the two might sneak into the middle, which may then free up the other red into the right-hand middle.
Sure. Just going to mind his work here, Teach, and it should be 1-all.
Yeah, I think he just drops this one in, or he might screw back for the other red next to it.
Nice pace there.
Yeah, he's just got to watch the pace here.
He has, yeah. I'd be just a little.
Yeah, for me, he went slightly the wrong route in the four that remaining.
And I also felt he played maybe a bit too quick as well, maybe. But I could be. So he's got a lovely natural double here for the yellow, but he's also got to play position on the black, which he's looking at. And my auntie just passed going to the toilets again for the 58th time today. It's a lovely double, but he's got a very tough black now.
Yeah, I think the black's probably too fine to cut it into the right middle, but there's certainly the double.
Yeah, another double, yeah.
And what you find with this table, playing here most weeks, is that if you don't make the double, you're going to make the treble. It's that kind of table.
I do like a treble.
We haven't started on Saturday night.
No, that's another story. And he's put the black safe, but he's left a bit of distance.
Yeah, I think he's always tried to get the cue ball a little bit safe.
Just got to watch himself; he doesn't go in off here. He's played that lovely. He played a lovely.
Great shot.
I'd be inclined to play for the double here myself.
Yeah, I think give yourself a shot.
Give yourself a shot on the double. Just take your medicine, as they say.
Just don't want to finish low on this, so he needs to finish slightly above it.
Oh, he's going to play it directly. And you know what? He's played a great shot there.
He's played that absolutely
beautifully.
So this black down the rail for a 1-all. And the crowd go wild.
You got a great black. It was a great positional shot, Teach, from that pocket. Because it's not always easy to judge when you've got a ball in the pocket or in the jaws of the pocket. But he played that lovely.
Well, the irony is that Paul's actually struggled with the pace of the table.
He has.
I think that's the first time that he's actually got absolutely plumb on the position that he's gone for. So fair play to him. 1-all in the final. Best of 5.
Best of 5, Teach.
Anyone's call.
So I mentioned regarding about how Paul got to the final. Let's talk about Dean. So Dean, in round 1, he played James Harrison and he beat him 2-0. In round 2, 2-0 again against Michael Adams. In round 3, he beat Mev Ali's son 2-1. In round 3, in the quarters, he won 3-1 against James Stewart, and in the semi-final, he beat Vincent Hughes 3-0.
It's definitely been a popular new addition, this tournament.
It certainly has.
Calendar,
certainly has. It's a lovely break there, but we've got our third consecutive dry break, Teach. And this one is not so. I mean, you've got a red and the yellow tied up on the left-hand side cushion. You've got the yellow near the black.
Yeah, I think there's a call for going either way here.
It is.
He's chosen yellows.
Yeah.
You mentioned that Paul's a very attacking player.
He is, yeah. But I played him. I played him twice actually, and we played them at their venue about 2 weeks ago, and they beat us 8-7. Yeah, great team.
I know he's been a very consistent player the last few seasons.
Yeah.
Every time I've looked at the rankings list, his name's been up there in Div 2, Div 3. And I don't think people always appreciate just how competitive those divisions are.
No, that's a very good point there, Teach. Yeah, because okay, we talk about Division 1, but from Division 2 to Division 4, also very competitive.
Yeah, that was a bit of a wild one from Paul that time.
It
I don't know
was.
whether he was trying to force an angle that wasn't quite there.
I find with myself, my Achilles heel is them shots where you got to inject some power and use all accuracy of the pot. And I try not to play any hard shots. Also, any shots which are hard. Lovely little cannon there.
Yeah, played that nice.
He has. So he's looking possible here with a 2-1 lead, possibly. The only thing I would say is that black is, if he needs to get on the right angle to get on that black if he wants to try and clear it in this visit.
Yeah, slightly more angle than he wanted on this one. He may need to just play it through and then the other red in the left middle.
Do you know, he may be inclined to maybe bring up the black now. Nope.
Yeah, no, he's playing for it. I think the angle is too much there.
Sure. That's why
I don't think the black needs to come out. I think as long as you finish somewhere on the left-hand side to the middle of the table, you're giving yourself a shot.
So it's a lovely shot there. He's played
cued
there.
That nicely.
He has. So he's leaving that last red in the black, in the bottom half for his link ball to the black.
Yeah, surprises me slightly there because the red doesn't pass this yellow into the bottom left, I don't believe.
It's hard to tell, but I think you're right, Teach.
I just think if he'd left that one at the top that he's on now as his last ball, he then just had to drop
He
it
had more options.
for the black.
He had more options.
Yeah, he's just got a little bit to think about now.
And I think that's what he's looking at now, actually. He's got the wrong angle here as well on the red in the middle. Do you know what? I can see from here the concentration of both players is just unbelievable.
So big shot coming up here.
Certainly
1-1 in
is.
the final.
Yeah.
How'd you play this one?
It was a difficult shot.
Yeah, I think Paul's got to use this opportunity now to probably get that yellow out that's just above the black.
Yeah, at the same time also get a snooker as well.
You can get a snooker. I think if also at this level, as long as you're not leaving much of a shot. I mean, I don't really. I mean, he's got away with that.
He has got away with that. He had running the ball there.
Whether he thought that was a double, I'm not sure, but he's lucky that he didn't kick that red out.
But I tell you what, now, Teach, he's no favourite now to win this frame.
He is. Fair play.
That's fair to play, isn't it? I can see we've got Dan Fox in the building.
Looking very well, isn't he, Dan?
He's looking very well. Looking very well. I tell you what, Tish, look at the crowd here. And I'm not just saying that. It's a packed out crowd. If you're in the Beckenham area now, hop in because you're gonna watch 3 great finals.
So this is certainly the chance Paul was waiting for.
Yeah.
Slightly hampered queuing, but fancy him to make this yellow
Absolutely.
over the top bag. Just needs to get the right angle here.
And he's played that lovely. He's given himself options here, Teach. The option. Nice gentle roll in the middle. It's a lovely angle now to play this.
Doesn't need to do too much with this cue
No,
ball. It's got a bit of angle to just bring the cue ball up. Just to probably where the black spot is. Punch that a little bit harder.
He has, but you know what? He's on it. He's actually perfect. He's dropped this in, and he's got a similar black to what he had in the second frame.
He's certainly got the pace of the table now.
He has indeed. No, he's just chopping his cue. Yeah, take your time on.
And this black for a 2-1 lead.
Indeed, and he'll be He'll be on the hill.
Snatched at that one a little bit.
That would have been 2-1 to Pond Life.
I think he could have just dropped that in.
He could have just dropped it in.
Just make sure of it.
Yeah. Except
particularly with the red where it was up the top.
Well, especially when the black he potted in the previous frame, he potted in very confidently.
Needs that to run a little bit, and he'll be happy with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Because now roles are reversed now, where Paul's under pressure to get this safe, unless he fancies a double in the green pocket, possibly.
Yeah, he's definitely looking at a few angles. I mean, for me, the safe place on the table is back up the top of the table with that cue ball, so whether he can play some sort of safety shot.
As long as he doesn't go in off.
Certainly got a good cue ball.
He has indeed. He'll be happy with that. He'll be very happy with that. Very, very happy. He's put that white, as we say in snooker, in the long grass.
I think though Dean can play this in a way where he can leave the cue ball tight on the left-hand cushion and not leave much of a shot, just like that.
And he has.
Yeah, no problem with that.
Would you be tempted here to have maybe a little go at this black?
I think you could. I just think with the pace of the table, that cue ball is travelling. So if you're going to play it, you've got to make it.
What a shot! What a shot he's played there! What a shot!
Fabulous pot.
What a shot! And
it was all or nothing. Looking at where he's left the cue ball. So that is 2-1 to Paul.
And do you know what? Great sportsmanship as well between the both players, where Dean gave a fist pump to Pond Life. You know, even though he lost that frame, appreciation of the shot as well. So, and it was a very good shot.
So remind me of this story of Pond Life. Where does that nickname come from, Halil?
He was saying that I think it was a nickname in school a very long time ago. Very long time ago.
Because you'll remember the old Facebook Croydon, actually not Facebook, the Croydon website, wouldn't you?
I certainly do.
And we had a character on there who was called Pond Life.
That may have been Paul.
It wasn't.
He wasn't. Okay.
You'll remember the legendary Pat Flynn?
I do, yes.
Who was in charge of the pond cues?
Yes.
With the McGinty brothers?
Yes.
So his name on that website was Pond Life. But I don't think there's any connection between the two.
So back to the action, folks.
And breaking news, we have our first ball potted on the break.
What a great
fourth frame.
What a great call. What a great call, Teach. Do you know what? I think he has got what they call it, the bit amongst your teeth.
Yeah, I think at 2-1 up at the table, first to three, I can't see Paul turning these down.
Not at all. Not at all. Because you'll have 2 bites of the cherry. If he loses this frame, then you've got a second chance, possibly in the decider. I've just seen an alarming video from Saturday night, which I'm not going to repeat. I'm not going to even talk about it. Anyway, back to the action, Teach. Ooh. Has he fluked it? Ooh. Once again, we've got a packed out crowd here this evening.
Having three finals in the same night certainly
helping
boost the crowd.
Absolutely, and all finalists are getting well supported here tonight.
I think we've just got, is it just Tony Jackson that's not arrived yet?
I'm sure he's here somewhere.
What time is it?
Coming up to 8:30.
It's still a little bit early.
Yeah, it's actually a bit early for him. Yeah, that was the. So for Paul, encouragement there for Dean, as he is 2-1 behind.
I think whilst you've got that yellow near the middle of the table tied up between the two reds, I do think that Dean's possibly going to have to play some kind of loss of turn with that red up the top. I'm not sure whether he's thought about that yet, but I mean, the red does pass into the top right-hand corner, but just not easy getting on it.
Depends what angle he's got. I'm just looking now, actually.
Yeah.
If the yellow goes in the middle, so not the yellow, sorry, the red goes in the middle.
I think he spotted a bag for all of his reds.
Yeah,
possibly.
Because by him playing this, now he may be playing it directly or maybe off the yellow. And you know what? I think that red may pop, then he's got not much. The only problem is he hasn't got much of an angle to get on the next red, on his last red.
Yeah, the angle's not great.
Right. If he had nothing to do with the cue ball, this would be just a drop-in shot. But he is very close to his work here.
Yeah, it's a shame with that last shot. He kind of nudged into the yellow slightly,
Yeah.
and it's stopped the cue ball from travelling where he wanted it to.
He took his, in a lot of ways, he just took his medicine there, accepted what he had.
But this is a big shot now.
Very big shot in the context of the match.
Can he play it off the yellow, left-hand middle?
It's a good call, Teach. I can't see what's happening.
He has tried that. I think he's actually just missed the yellow and come straight past it.
So
Didn't quite get the line right.
So with the exception of that one yellow on the right-hand side top near the green bag, but you know what? He's doing the right thing here. Bit of safety, bit of also experience here as well. With Paul, he's just showing, he's demonstrating that, you know, patience. He's not pushing the boat out unnecessarily.
Yeah, no risks.
Not at all. Not at all. He's playing the right game. They both have. Because Paul should have won on life. Should have won the first frame. Had a great chance, but Dean controlled it very well. Yeah, and that red is now gone pretty much almost on the boat cushion. So this could be the chance that Paul's been waiting for.
Yeah, and all Dean can do, I suppose, is pray for a mistake.
That's all he can do. Big moments coming up now for Paul. Wow.
I'm not sure about that shot choice. Particularly when you've got the two yellows up the top. He's not left much, but if Dean can get this one right, then Paul has let him back in.
He's looking at another double.
Yeah, it's slightly harder this one because that yellow over the left
absolutely
is slightly higher than it was before. It's going to have to go the other way.
Oh, off the black. But what he's done,
he will take that.
He will do because he put Paul's yellow on the black cushion.
All about the pace with this one.
And you know what? I take that all day long.
Yeah, that little flick on the yellow.
Yeah, absolutely. Nicely. And he's got a lovely angle. He pots this. He could be home and hosed.
Ooh.
Was that a foul? Oh,
that is a foul.
Wow.
As you mentioned earlier, after contact with the object ball, you need to touch the cushion.
You know, I wonder if it was maybe a DXL or because maybe
I think the two balls were quite close to each other.
They were very close together. You know,
I think he was in two minds also whether to draw the cue ball back or push it through, and in the end, he's kind of done
neither. It's going to be important that he doesn't slip himself on the black. He shouldn't do. He's playing a bit of draw, deep draw. He's played that lovely. Well, I think he can see it. I think he can see it. It is.
So he can see the black,
but the white, he's got no control of the white. That's the only problem.
I don't know whether he can see enough to play it up the top. Yeah. This is a fine cut.
Wow, what a fine cut! Oh, was that right? And you know what, Teach? It's our first decider in our history of our commentator. So, folks, it's 2 each. First to 3, all to play for, Teach. All to play for. I mean, I'm playing in front of a packed crowd for our first ever divisional 2, 3, and 4 singles knockout winner. And as my friend Brett would say in South Wales, as the bookies say, pick 'em, because it is a picker. It is a picker.
So the breaks just continue now, don't they? in
They
this
do indeed.
decider?
They do, yes.
So we'll be Dean with the break.
Nice custom handshake there between the two. But in very good spirits. Teach.
Absolutely. So I think Dean will be looking for, obviously, potting a ball on the break. He's failed to do so far in this final.
Nice curious as well. I like the way he's curious. And he has. 2 reds off the break. How do you like these apples, Teach?
Yeah, when they first split, I thought this could be a chance to take the frame, but just got a couple of awkward reds and yellows.
Because obviously, because he's potted obviously a couple of reds off the break, if he fails to pot a ball, the next shot is open table, open Michaela, as I like to say.
Well, he has to pot, whatever he goes for.
He has to
pot to stay at the table.
And do you know what? That's a great shot he's played there. Do you know what? Played it very, very well.
Yeah, we liked probably 2 extra rolls, but he has cued that beautifully.
He's 4 pots away from the pinnacle, from the promised land. Yeah, he's powered up. With a bit of left-hand English. Looking for maybe a safety shot here. He's asking the referee, just making sure he's not frozen.
He's going to try and just nestle behind this yellow.
Possibly. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he's missed a little trick there, but he's got his red off the cushion
He has.
He's not pulled a huge amount, so actually...
Possibly, maybe playing this plant, possibly. Maybe doing a safety shot. Played the plant. But what he's done, he's given distance. How's your long potting, Teach? Because this is all about the long game in this one. But the cue is lovely.
I always say I could be a half-decent player if I could cue a long ball, pot a double, and pot a ball down the rail. At the moment, I can't do any of them.
Played a safety shot, interesting. But you know what? Someone crawling on the floor there. I don't know what's going on. I think he's someone I know.
And suddenly this frame's gone a little bit awkward.
Oh, a typical last frame decider.
Yeah, I think neither of them wants to make any mistakes.
Of course, you come this far. It's win or lose. Sudden death.
I do think that red still passes, though, between those 2 yellows. To the left.
I think you're right, Teach. It does. I think it does.
I think Dean might fancy this.
Whoa, where's that cue ball going? I don't know if he's snooking himself. Is he knuckled? No,
Knowing this table, it's going to be close.
Yeah, you can see that.
It's really unlucky there because he couldn't have hit that any better.
No, not at all.
Just the pace of that table.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's got.
Hasn't got to do much here.
Has he tied the red up? The one that
he has, and obviously the red at the top hasn't dropped, so slightly awkward for both players. Just checking. Paul has just checked whether the cue ball is touching the yellow. I can't see from this angle. The ref hasn't moved, so I'm assuming it's not touching.
Correct.
Now Paul has tried to play a little bit of a loss of turn there, so not a bad shot.
I wasn't looking at the table at the time. Was it a legal shot he played?
Yeah, nothing wrong with the shot. He was trying to take out the red over the top bag, Halil.
Yeah.
Knowing that the other red is it's now tied, so Dean's going to have to free that.
Is he going to maybe try this off the yellow? Just bring it into open play.
Now I think Paul needs to play the loss of turn that
He does. Because
he's going to have a snooker. or at least won't leave the potting angle.
Yeah, because he's got. Yeah, as you say, he's missing a trick there. But this is not a wrong shot as long as he does it right, which he has done. Because he can still play the loss of turn. He still play the loss of turn. But what he's doing, but he's also forcing Dean to come off the cushion, maybe.
Yeah, and Dean can pot this red, and if he comes out and gets
That's
a little bit lucky,
he's
I think Paul might
yeah, and
regret
he's
that
looking at the angle, yeah. So cushion first, but Don missed the red.
Plenty of right-hand side.
Yep, he's playing with right hand side as we speak.
Oh,
I did say watch the in off, but I didn't expect to be in the middle. So this is really Paul's first chance, first proper chance in this decider. I can't take it, Teach. I honestly can't take it. If I'm feeling nervous, what the players feeling like. Still got that red, so the yellow, which I may have been inclined to take that on the first shot.
yeah, I think he's now going to have to leave those two yellows that are surrounding the red ball, possibly to his last two.
Right.
They connect quite nicely.
They do connect
in the
very
middle.
nicely. Yep, indeed. I like what Paul's doing. He's taking his time. He's not rushing in anything. Looking at the table.
Just needs to stun this across slightly. Slight nudge that he didn't want.
No.
No huge damage.
No.
And he has got that yellow that's hanging over the top bag, so doesn't need to force this too
Not
much.
at all. Not at all. I don't believe you can see that now. I could be wrong. Yeah, I don't think you can see it. No. I think he was afraid that he may have missed the yellow. So I think he just, but as you say, he wanted to play a bit more pace.
Yeah, he's made sure of the pot, but hasn't really
I think he's thinking of.
given much thought to position.
I don't know if
so he's
he's-
in a little bit of trouble now.
I think he's thinking of maybe. I could be wrong here. Maybe coming off the cushion and hitting that yellow in the top. But I think that's too risky. Oh, he's not doing that. What do I know? Got a lovely shot there. Lovely shot. So he's not snookered, Dean, but he has left him a problem.
Yeah, it's hard to tell from this angle just how much of the red he can see. He can certainly hit it full ball.
Yeah,
Can he see enough of the angle?
Yeah, you can see most of the ball. Yeah, as you say.
It's the potting angle that this is all about. Might be worth a little swerve. I think he's going to try and swerve this. No, he didn't quite have the angle.
I'll tell you what, he's going to be. Seeing as there's no pressure now on Paul now, because obviously the red does not pass the yellow. I'd be playing maybe a cheeky little snooker here,
What, roll up behind the black?
which he's done beautifully, beautifully, and applause from the crowd. As I mentioned earlier, it's a jam-packed crowd here. Big support for both players, for all four finalists, and they're loving it. They're loving it, and we're loving it. Well, Teach, if this is going to be our pattern for the evening, I'm here. We're here for the duration. Important's going to hit this red, and he hasn't. Was that Dean's last shot in this year's final? It's hard to explain what he's feeling right now.
Yeah, this is just about holding your nerve now.
Absolutely, absolutely. You couldn't put these balls better by hand. Nice stand off the cushion. He's got a lovely angle on his yellow for a simple, a very potable, very gettable. I'm looking here. I don't know if I would have played that. Where's this white going? And he's gone in off. And he's gone in off.
Wow.
Well, what can you say? Was that the chance teacher he had? It was a great chance.
Yeah, I mean, that was the moment for Paul.
Because he didn't have to come for cushion off the back. But this is a big pressure pot for Dean. With a simple black waiting. But nothing simple at this stage. So the final frame and the final black.
And we have come down to the final.
We have indeed. And
there we have it.
And there we have it. Our first ever Division 2, Division 3, Division 4 singles knockout winner. And that was Dean Slater. He's got some great fans here. Commiserations to Paul on life. Unbelievable final. Unbelievable final. I can't. But what a great final. What a great final. Oh, do you know what? I'm still here. Yeah, I'm still here. I'm actually going to now try and interview our finalist. Well, Dean, congratulations.
Thank you.
Hard fought match. Could have gone either way. What's your thoughts?
Didn't play my best. Been practicing a lot, and yeah, I thought he was a better player, to be fair, but it gave me a couple of chances at the end.
You both had chances there, and that final frame could have been anybody's.
Yeah.
But also the pace of the table, probably, it was neutral venue as well.
Yeah, it was a bit slower than what I'm used to.
Right, okay.
But, yeah, no excuses.
But also, you're the very first winner of this new tournament, Division 2, Division 3, Division 4. So, all the best, and all the best for the next season as well.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Cheers. Thank you.
So there we have it. That's our first winner of tonight. Well, unbelievable final there. Teacher speechless. He can't speak. So
I really enjoyed that, Halil.
Very much so. Very much.
More to come.
Oh, that was just this match one down, 2 to go.
And the next final is the two Sarahs.
Is indeed the two Sarahs. Sarah Dodge versus Sarah Long.
Ladies singles knockout final. This will also be a best of 5, so a race to 3. So I think we're going to move on quite rapidly to our next
We
final.
are.
Both players will be lagging for the break. Not sure if they've had any practice time. Did you notice if they had any practice time earlier?
Oh, there we are. So we've just been told. We've been told. So that gives us a bit of time just to calm down and take a breath from the action from the first match. Yeah, I think as you mentioned there, Teach, when Paul had that yellow down the bottom right hand corner, he decided to come off the cushion and back across, which I felt he didn't have to do. But I think, I mean, as Dean mentioned there, he felt the table was slower than what he expected actually. So, but yeah. Anyway, we roll on to our next match. So
Sarah Dodge is just going a little bit of practice.
she has indeed, yeah.
Sarah's had a little bit of practice on this table. So in the previous round, in the semi-final, she came down here and played Rachel Howard, and won quite comfortably in the end. So yeah, Sarah's had a little bit of practice time on the table over the last week or so.
So Sarah Sarah Dodge, unless I'm mistaken, she's never won the ladies singles final. She has won the doubles plate in the Summer League of 2024. So this would be a massive achievement if she can win today.
There was also quite a big talking point at the AGM a few weeks ago that we'll maybe get onto when the match starts, Halil, about which
Absolutely.
players can enter
Yes.
singles and doubles and which players can't.
So Sarah Long has won this event no less than 3 times. She won it in 2018 for the Summer League then. She also won it in 2019 for the Summer League there, and also more recently in the winter season 2019-2021 when we had the COVID time. So she's very, very familiar. This is very much her wheelhouse, where she's very accustomed to these finals and won it on 3 separate occasions. So going for a number 4. All the best, Jacko. All the best.
And then Tony, you're right. So Tony Jackson is in the house. Tony has arrived now.
He just flew in literally from Turkey. Landed about 10 minutes ago.
Play.
He's got the tan as well. He's got the tan.
Tan and the teeth.
Yeah, turkey teeth, yeah. He's not bad for 25, is he?
Yeah, no, it'd be interesting. Yeah.
I've always said he was the best commentator in town.
Yeah, cheers, Jacko. There'll be £10 behind the bar for you. Drink for you behind the bar.
Just concentrating on it, fixing my bloody app.
So the
the new app, you don't have to do that anymore. There's a new app,
the ladies' final will be starting very shortly. They're route to the final. We start with Sarah Dodge. Start on August 11th. She beat Paula Thompson 2-0. And in the quarterfinals, she won 3-2 against Sue Theedham. In the semi-final, she won 3-1 against Rachel Howard, as you mentioned. Excuse me. In this very venue. Sarah Long has played one match less. She had a bye in the first round, but then won 3-1 against Angela Williamson. My apologies, Angela Williamson. And then won 3-2 against Anna Marie Stevenson in the semi-final.
And it looks like we're ready to go, Halil.
The action doesn't stop here. It's total non-stop action.
They're going to take a quick photo for the old Facebook page.
Yeah, for the old customer picture. And both play for the same team, which is Less Talk, More Talk, which are in Division 2, which they've won Division 2 at a canter.
So here we go, customary lag.
Yeah.
Sarah Dodge is on reds, Sarah Long is on yellows. And that will be yellows.
Indeed.
I think Sarah Dodge was having a bit of fun there.
I think she was.
She gave that a right old welly. Is that a little bit tic-tacs coming in there, Halil?
Possibly.
Trying to give the breakaway to start
Do you know what? It's not a bad call.
Don't see that very often if it was.
Jacko's just waving a box of Turkish delights around.
So it's the teeth, the tan and the Turkish delight.
I'm just looking at the microphone that I don't turn myself off. But I'm sure the viewers at home will be very happy if I don't speak for the rest of the evening. But we're live, so, and I think I mentioned in our previous couple of finals where you can now rack your own balls. But before that wasn't possible.
So we are now going to start the ladies' single knockout final, our second final of the night. It's Sarah Long with the break, having won the lag.
And a race to 3, Teach. And if anything goes by, if it's going to be anything like our first match, nice control break there, a ball off the break as well. Got a bit of a cluster down by the black, but slightly hampered queuing if you want to go for the red in the middle, but maybe possibly yellows.
Yeah, I think yellows is probably the shout.
Now, am I right in saying that? Am I right in saying that if you have a yellow or two balls close to each other, it's a custom for them to nominate your colour?
You should really.
So still open table. Because, for example, Sarah Dodge could go either suit you if it's yellow or red. If they're close to each other, the referee does not know because accidentally they may have gone for the other ball. Still open table at this stage. But I think we're safe to say this red will be disappearing down the pocket very shortly. And it is. So, Sarah Long is on reds.
Nice double there.
Very confident double. Very
Cold again.
Absolutely, very, very confidently played.
And I think she might just play this red down towards the bottom left bag.
Yeah, lay it up. Yep. In or over, or in the pocket.
Wow.
Wow. I don't think she was expecting that.
I've noticed a real improvement actually in Sarah Long's game over the past 2 or 3 years. Played her a long time ago, maybe about 8-9 years ago. But last few years, become a lot more confident with her potting.
Right.
Always been a good safety player.
She has.
But is now looking a lot more assured with her potting. It's lovely to see.
Yeah, definitely a seasoned campaigner. Both are, but Sarah Long, with the you know, as I mentioned earlier, has won this elite championship on 3 separate occasions.
Does that make her a slight favourite tonight, Halil, do you think?
You would say so, but nice confident red there.
Definitely a positivity about Sarah Long.
Yeah,
today. As I
definitely.
said,
She's not holding back, is she? Not holding back. But Sarah Dodge, also a very, very good potter. Both are. Another great shot there by Sarah Long. She's definitely sending a message, early signal, in this very first frame, that she's not here to mess around. Wow. What are we seeing here, Teach?
Well, so far this first frame is that everything.
Is that it?
What high quality we've seen. What lovely.
I know.
Sarah Long.
And it's all been about Sarah Long.
And it was the commentator's curse.
It was. So now, this is now our Sarah Dodge's first real visit to the table. First frame, first frame nerves.
Yeah, got an awkward 3 around the black, so needs to do something there to develop those. Doesn't have to do it straight away.
No, not at all. Not at all. Or maybe just pick them off one by one, which I think that's what she's trying to do. She could bring all the 2 other yellows open. Played the savvy shot there. There's no pressure on Sarah Dodge to clear these. All the pressure is now on Sarah Long. But what we've seen so far, Teach, anything's possible. So, mistake there by Sarah Long.
It was a tricky one. I
It
think
was.
Sarah Dodge has to have a go
Yeah,
at these.
she does.
This is the moment she's waited for. Just got to adopt her passage now.
It's all about the pattern play, isn't it, Teach? Possibly leaving the 2 yellows, near the black as our later balls. And that's her first pot, I believe, of this final.
Yeah, you make a good point there about these 2 yellows around the black. Whether they should have possibly been taken first in this visit, we will see.
It could well be, because I was looking at maybe the red nearest the yellow nearest the red may have taken that as the first ball.
Yeah, I think you're just relying on better position now. Whereas
You
when
are.
you have ball in hands, you can pick your position. But let's see.
And that's the advantage with the international rule set. Cue ball anywhere on the table, and a surprising miss there from Sarah. But
And I think the ref will be looking closely at
very
this one.
yeah,
Trying
John-
to cut that red into
John
the bottom
Sayers.
left-hand corner.
eagle-eyed as he is, will be overlooking this. And what she spotted here? Can she bend this in? Nope, just playing the safety. Is that touching ball? or touching cloth. So no touching ball declared. Or maybe it was. Maybe it was touching ball. A bad call by the nature boy.
How are
So
the new glasses working?
not very well. I've had these about 10 years. No, I haven't. So can hit this up with some pace. It's a good hit there by Sarah Long. And now the pressure's back on Sarah Dodge here.
Yeah, another chance for Sarah Dodge here to possibly take out the first frame. I assume this yellow passes past the black into the left middle. She's had a good look. Just a bit worried about where the cue ball's going, I think.
Yeah,
So she's changed her shot.
yeah, because it looked possibly maybe a possible in off. Now I can't tell if the yellow, the nearest yellow to her, goes in the middle. I can't tell from here. And what a shot she's played there!
Spot there.
But it was actually a fluke. She put her hand up. It was a fluke. But she's put herself in a bit of trouble here. She's in a bit of trouble here.
Yeah, I think she's played that pot, trying to cannon the yellow and the black,
Right.
and has missed the cannon and obviously ended up down here now. So in a little bit of danger here, just got to get a good cue ball. Not that.
Not that, no. So, chance for Sarah Long to get her first frame on the board. I think.
Checking the black pass.
Yeah, I think that's what she's checking now.
If it does, then there's nothing much to do with this cue ball.
Not really, just a stop shot. Even I can do them stop shots, Teach.
Just having to stretch a little bit. Yeah, no problem there. And this black for the first frame to Sarah Long.
Yeah.
And there we have it. First frame to Sarah Long.
Indeed, in the far jaw of the middle pocket. So Sarah Dodge now will be breaking in our second frame as she sets the balls up. As I mentioned a few times already, Sarah Long very accustomed to these finals, very much. But you still, she'd still be nervous, even though she's trying to go for a fourth ladies singles final win.
So going back to that story earlier, Halil, so at the AGM last week, it was brought up that one of my players, Rachel Howard, has been playing in the ladies singles comp for the past few years,
Right.
but is not playing any frames for my team. So that was brought up as part of the discussion at the AGM. Should you be allowed to enter the singles knockout comps if you're not playing any frames for your team on a Tuesday night? And it was decided at the AGM that from this coming winter season, every player that competes in a singles or doubles comp must have played at least 6 frames in either the previous season or the current season. That's now been
Right.
built into the
That was
constitution.
and that was voted in. Okay.
So I did speak to Rachel. She's a little bit disappointed. So she has now withdrawn from the ladies singles for the upcoming winter. I couldn't guarantee her frames in my team.
Of course
she's
not.
just somebody that loves playing pool. So she is going to miss playing in the singles comps, but I do understand how some of the other players thought it was a little bit unfair.
And the reason why she doesn't play any frames on the Tuesday, or just as a team selection?
No, she actually plays in another league on
Right.
a Tuesday night.
Right.
She
Oh,
just
okay.
had some free time on a Monday.
Right.
Is just desperate to play pool whenever she can.
Yeah.
And just loves mixing with some of the other ladies.
Why not? Why
in the
not?
singles
Yeah,
comp.
yeah, yeah.
So, you know, she is disappointed, but I understand why the rule was
Of
brought
course.
in. Whether that's going to impact any players in the coming season, even in the men's or,
Right.
or the doubles, we'll see.
So, back to the action, folks. So, I believe Sarah Dodge is on yellows.
Yeah, and a little bit of pressure on her now, going 1-0 down in a race to 3.
Yep. But you know what? Teach, that will settle her. Nice, confident
cue
pot.
that nicely.
Very nicely. That will settle her down. Played her a couple of times myself. I think I've lost once or twice to her over the seasons. A very, very good potter, very confident potter, and loves her pool.
Yeah, I bumped into her a couple of times up at Nationals, so I know
Right.
she was up at Hemsby 2 or 3 weekends ago, so it's definitely playing at that highest competitive level that
So
us
she-
amateur players can do.
So she's played a loss of turn there, and she unfortunately had a double kiss, and it's brought the white back down towards Sarah Long's reds. So possibly. Could be a loss of turn, return back, and it is.
I think that's a bit of anything you can do, I can do
Exactly.
better, or the same at least.
So being 1-0 down, as you say, pressure's back on Sarah Dodge. And she's looking at me, and she's looking. I mean, she did not have to go for it here. But then,
I think she's played that sensibly,
yeah, she has. And it was a free shot as well.
knowing that she'll get the snooker.
Absolutely. Highly, I'm going to be a betting man. It's highly unlikely that Sarah Long is going to miss these reds, or any of the reds. But I've been proven wrong before.
Yeah, the cushions can slide a little bit, not like the new Rasson tables, but
That
they
was
can
that was
slide a
red
little bit.
first.
That was fine.
It was.
And hit a cushion after contact.
He did.
So legal shot. And actually, those reds are all out in the open now. So Sarah Dodge has got to just be really careful here.
Yeah. If you're 2-0 down in a race to 3, it's a.
Mountain to climb.
Oh,
as they say.
absolutely. Or as we say in Wales, in Snowdonia.
She'll take that.
She definitely will take that. I think she tried the pot in the green pocket, but definitely will take that. And not only that, she's tied one of the reds up for opponent.
It's amazing how quick her frame can turn, isn't it?
It can.
Just with
Oh
one-
yeah, absolutely.
one shot.
And just like that, ball in hand, and look at them yellows now, Teach. Literally, you're just going to mind your work, and these are just, as we say, well, I'm going to say dollies. I'm going to put my neck on the line. If I had a neck,
These two down the bottom are a little bit awkward. I'm not sure you can pop the bottom yellow without cannoning the one
Right.
slightly above it. So I don't think it's quite as straightforward as it might seem on the camera. And obviously the black is blocking the two yellows into the
it is,
opposite
yeah,
pocket, so
in the right hand side, yeah.
interesting to see what route Sarah Dodge takes here.
Played the plant. So she's got a nice angle on this yellow. If she wants to take the one in the middle, to possibly then play a little cannon on the two reds down the bottom, possibly, knowing full well she has a yellow in reserve in the top right hand corner pocket.
Yeah, I just think maybe she's missed a little trick here with her first shot ball in hand, whether she should have taken out that lower yellow at the bottom of the table.
No, very good point. Very
and
good
then
point.
Clearing the path.
Because it would put less pressure on herself.
So slightly hampered here. Nice pot.
So now she's going to be taking that yellow over the pocket, and positional is key here. Where's that white going? Ooh.
Sarah Long's just judged there that actually it's turned out better than she thinks. So a little plant here.
Oh, what a lovely shot. Bit unlucky there, Teach, that she's tied her yellow up.
Very hard to judge those. You're
Very.
so focusing on the pot.
You are.
You can't really control too much of where the other yellow's going unless you hit it a lot harder.
Now,
So is this a little bit of a hit and hope?
yeah,
used to say.
or possibly, I mean, the black's waiting, but also with the yellow, she's going to maybe try and put Sarah Long's red safe on the cushion,
Yeah, it's not a bad shout.
which she's tried. And I tell you what, at first look, where's the first?
She'll be happy with
She
that.
will, because I think the first pot could be the one in. To be honest with you, this.
I'm going to try and cut this one back into the left middle. Once again, another clever shot.
Yeah, indeed, it was a free shot. The determination, Teach, I can see on their faces, that good mates, off the table, teammates as well, but on here on the green bays, enemies. Oh! Wow.
Heart was in the mouth for a moment.
Whoa, I need to swallow this mic. It was that close.
I think for a moment there, any cannon on the black was
Oh,
possibly
that black
pushing
was
it
that black was in motion. So Sarah Long here now it's all on her. It's the pressure's now reversed
She's going
now.
to play the loss of turn here. I think just get that yellow out. I think that was the right shot to play in that situation.
And you know what?
But
She's asking the question now of Sarah
it
Long.
is.
The thing is now, Sarah's going to watch where this white is going, because this white's going to be flying around the table. Possibly in the left middle. Maybe too thin for the middle.
Yeah, I think it's a lot finer than it looks.
But you know what? I would take that.
Now Sarah's got a decision to make here. Could possibly try and get the snooker up into the top right-hand corner.
Definitely gone your way, but she hasn't got quite the snooker just there.
She hasn't. Still the problem of the black ball.
Because that, to me, I don't think she's got an angle, Teach, to even bring the black out. Or even put the black in the same pocket, possibly.
I think it's pretty fine, this. I think if
Right.
she catches this yellow, as fine as it is, you could bring the cue ball back up and catch the black. No, she's gone around the other way.
And in off.
And that is a little bit disastrous.
Yeah. Unforced error there. But, so
But still a problem, black ball.
yeah, still. In our first final, it was pretty much frame for frame. Are we going to see the same in this final?
Slightly surprised she's taking this ball first. Unless she's just going to leave the black. Okay, got a little bit of an angle here that she can work with.
She has. Maybe even possibly bring the black out into open play.
Okay, so she has left herself a double.
Possible reverse double here. She's not wasting any time. She's going straight down. This for 2-0. Oh! Wow. And just like that, rolls are reversed. And I'm looking down the line. It's,
Fairly straight black into the top
indeed
right.
it is. I'm looking right down the line of it. And there we are.
One
Wow. As I'm looking at the time, Teach, it's quarter past 9. We could be here for a late one. Diet Coke. No, what?
Halil's just putting in his order for the drinks.
Yeah, I've asked for a tequila rosé. No.
Have you got some ID on you, Halil?
No, I haven't.
I did check, you right? You're still live on the stream, by the way.
So, as my esteemed commentator teaches, getting around the bar, which is very nice of him. We are racking up for the third frame. It'll be Sarah Long's break. Two great frames.
How you doing, Paul? You right? Good.
So we're back to the action. Both Sarahs are sort of discussing probably the pace at the table, maybe. So we're just waiting for John Sayers, I think, to return back to the table. I think they're just having a little confab between themselves, discussing how things are going. As my colleague and partner, aka Teach, is back at the table.
And we've got Jake and Shaggy in the house tonight.
Have you got who? Sorry.
Jake and Shaggy are in the house tonight.
Oh, okay.
Just said hello to them and Steve Isaac. Well, I think he's been here for every single final. So
Wow.
fair play to the fella.
Yeah.
Does love his pool.
I don't know who loves this pool. I'm going to give a shout out to Bob Shorts. I like to call him Bob Shorts, who plays for my team. He loves. I don't think there's a Monday he doesn't miss a flyer. He watches the stream in Red Hill. But
Is he playing in the Flyers or just watching?
just watching them. He watches them. Very much a student of the game. Loves the game. Very knowledgeable, as your good self. A veteran of the Green Bays.
And back to the action.
And
Halil.
back indeed we are. Yes.
Sarah Long with the break.
A very
1-1.
1-1 on a control break as well. And where this white is going. So, possible starter for Sarah Dodge for yellows, possibly.
Can't see an easy first yellow. Might need to be reds here. It's a better picture.
So, and that's a great shot there. Yeah,
Lovely ball on yellows.
indeed.
And you called yellows. I couldn't see an easy starter. So
No,
you spotted that beautifully.
yeah.
Lovely starter on yellows.
And that will give her a bit of confidence as well. And we're off and running. Sarah's finding her. She's taking her time. And just like Sarah Long in the very first frame, where she was attacking the balls, Sarah Dodge is returning the favour here.
And suddenly this has opened up.
Oh,
nicely.
absolutely. This could be maybe a reverse dish.
First one of the evening. She's got to judge the pace here, and that is okay.
I would say that's pretty okay. She's going to judge the pace off the as you say, Teach, off the ball cushion.
So does she just drop this one in the corner?
I would say so, but it depends how you're feeling. That's exactly what she's done.
Now you just got to back your queuing, drop this yellow in the middle, and you've got a shot on the black.
You know, looking at down the barrel, it's a lot harder than it looks on camera. It's a great shot there. That was a lot harder than it looked on camera. Determination. I love it. This for 2-1. Wow. Wow.
Fabulous finish by Sarah Dodge.
Absolutely. From being 1-0 down, Teach, to 2-1 on the hill. And this would be Sarah's first ever ladies final win. So She's got 2 bites of the cherry.
And she has the break. Can she follow up a reverse dish with a break dish to win the title?
From nowhere, because to be fair to Flair, Sarah Long should have been 2-1 up the other. Should have won 2-1 the other way. I can't. You know what? I can't even get my words out. I'm not. The poll here this evening has been unbelievable. I'm loving it. Teachers loving it.
We've still got another final to come.
I know. And these frames as well, Teach, they've not been hanging around, have they?
No, it's been a very quick pace.
Yeah.
This has been even quicker than the first final.
I would say so. Yeah, absolutely.
So Sarah dodged with a break, slightly mishit.
She did. And she was hoping for a ball off the break, and she hasn't. And that cue ball has now just stopped spinning.
And as Mark Rowson would say, I believe that is dry.
It is. I would be going possibly maybe reds here. But yellow's looking pretty good as well.
Yeah, I think there's pretty much a good call for either colour here.
I think she was hoping to maybe flick that red. Because she's found the Watford gap there.
She has, so she's going to take this red down the cushion, down the rail. Whether this red below the black passes into the other corner, I'm not sure.
Yeah, this is definitely. I think they're both accustomed to the pace of the table. Both just rolling balls down down the cushions, not hitting the ball too hard. The table, letting the table do all the work.
Now, is that going to reach?
Oh,
And that is a foul.
it is indeed. I think,
So that is ball in hand.
to be fair, I think if he was playing on another table, aka our table in South Croydon, probably maybe got as far as the middle. So, decision time here for Sarah. Doesn't have to go for game.
I think the way she's feeling after her last frame, I think she might.
You mean
go for game.
okay?
It all depends on these 2 yellows that are clustered.
That's exactly what I was looking at now.
If that top one passes into the left middle, then I think she will go for game here.
Yeah, then the only other yellow is the one next to the red, right hand side. Or is she going to clear the red? Is she going to play the yellow off the red to clear that pocket? That's what
I'm not quite sure about that shot. I think when you've got ball in hands, I think you've got to make something happen.
You do. Bit of Tom Jones in the background there. So,
So Sarah Long has still got this problem red down the bottom. I think only passes possibly into the left corner. Now she's giving herself plenty of angle here.
she has.
I'm just wondering if that yellow might just be in the way next to this red into the middle. Might disrupt.
Wow.
So she got the flick on the other yellow, which
She
was
did.
planned,
Was she?
and yeah, it's finished unfortunately.
I'm surprised that. I'm surprised they're not going off, but she's in big trouble now. I may start dancing now, Teach. That's unlucky. So, here's the chance. The chance she's been waiting for. And as you say, the way she's feeling after winning the last frame and the frame before that, you've got to go for game here, surely. I'd be inclined to take maybe the 2 yellows down the bottom.
Yeah, that's definitely my route. Let's see which way she fancies.
Taking her time, she's not rushing into things.
So maybe leaving those as her last 2.
Yeah, because the black's in that part of the table. The black's almost on the black spot, pretty much. She's got quite a few options here. Also, Sarah's a seasoned campaigner as well. Sarah Dodge plays a lot of pool. I think for other leagues as well, I believe. I could be wrong, but I think she does.
I think more over the kind of Red Hill,
Right.
Highgate way. I'm sure someone will correct me on that, but I get a feeling it's over that way.
Walking around confidently, very assured of herself as well.
So this is just about holding your nerve.
Absolutely. Has she gone a bit too far?
I think she's all right.
Yeah. Shake of the head there from her, I can see.
She can get through. I think the problem is the angle now.
Yeah.
She's now got to force this yellow, draw the cue ball back. But can she get through to the bottom one? That's a bonus.
It's got a nice angle here on this yellow. Just going to drop it in. And you should be on.
Just got to mind the flick on the red.
Yeah.
I can't tell if there's enough room.
She did flick the red like you said.
She's got the same problem now as she had before. This yellow into the right middle, slightly off angle.
Do you know, I'd be inclined to take maybe a long yellow, but no, she's not doing that. So she's going to pop the yellow and have the black in the same pocket.
Angle is naturally going to bring her across
It
the
is.
black in the same pocket. So this really is for the title. Now a decision for Sarah. Not an easy pot on the red. Does she play safe?
I think so. She left, you know what, she left the door, I don't know if that's a double.
She has left the double. And
That's
it's a pretty natural straight double here.
And she's potted it.
And how do you fancy this one, Halil?
How do you fancy these?
The ladies singles knockout.
And her first ever win as well. Not an easy black. Not an easy black, but she's looking at the angle. She's
looking at taking it up to the top right.
Looks good. And it's there! What a black! What a black she's potted. What a black. Very, very happy. And I'm now going to go and interview the winner. I'm here with the winner of the singles ladies final. Your first ever win of this as well. I know it means a lot to you.
Yeah, it does.
What's your thoughts?
It's just good to finally win it. I've been runner-up so many times. I'm finally over the line in the Croydon ladies single. So yeah, delighted.
Fantastic. Congratulations once again.
Thanks, Halil.
Thank you. Take care. Thank you. Lucky boy. Lucky.
So now we move on, Halil, to the third and final of the night. It's the singles knockout plate final. Rohit Tamni of Chalkers Cheap versus Tony Jackson from the Rack Pack. And this is going to be just checking with John Sayers.
I believe he said.
I'm hearing it's a race to 5, a best of 9. I need to check my contract to see whether that was in the terms and conditions.
I'm just looking at Sarah there. She's over the moon. She just, as you probably heard her, she's been running up a few times. So this is a massive win for her. And congratulations to Sarah.
Great final.
It was a great final.
High quality.
Both finals. Yeah, and I would say so far, that was the match of the night so far.
So Rohit and Tony are just having a little practice.
little knockabout.
Tony's doing his usual checking the rolls.
So the plate started all the way back 30th of June, which was several months ago. So Tony Jackson's route to the final. First round, he played his teammate Luke Wilshire, winning 2-1. In round 2, he beats Brian Woods 2-0. Round 3, beats Daniel Brown 2-1. In the quarter-final, he won 3-0 against Ben McCabe. That could have gone, and Ben McCabe himself, a former finalist, I believe, a few years back. Then it didn't get any easier. He just narrowly beat Dan Nutman 3-2 in the semi-final. And then Rowett's route to the final. His first match, he beats John Peacock 2-0. In round 2, he beats Gavin Knowles 2-1. Round 3, beats Jack Davis 2-1. 3-2 in the quarters against Ian Murray. And let's talk about the semi-final, Teach. What happened there?
Do you know what? I'm not going to downplay Rohit's place in the final because
of course not.
He won and he deserves to be there. Little bit bittersweet for myself because I did have a straight yellow in the corner to take the match 4-2, but bottled it. Rohit cleared up and then won the next one. So in the end, he won the match 4-3.
4-3. And you know what? It's just narrow. It's fine margins.
It's fine margins
at this level. So they're just posing for their customary picture. Tony with his turkey teeth.
And going for his 457th trophy?
I believe so. So, just like Sarah Dodge, Rohit has not. If he wins today, it's a big occasion for Rohit. If he wins today, it'll be his first major win title. In the Croydon Pool League. So, this match was rescheduled because it was meant to be played, I believe, during the week before last. Meant to be played last Monday. Sorry, my mistake. But Jacko was away on holiday.
So the lag has been done.
Best of 9, Teach, first to 5.
And Rohit will have the break. His break is big.
Yeah, I haven't. To be fair, I've not really seen much of his pool. If I'm being honest. But you know what? To get to any final, certainly this final, a plate final, massive achievement, and
both of these players are positive. Halil.
Very positive.
The balls are there.
Yeah, absolutely, and I for sure, and for Rohit as well. It's going to be an honour to play Jacko in the final as well.
I actually played Jacko in the singles final 2 years ago. Lost another final that I've lost. But Jacko played well that night. He beat me 3-2. Got to the final again the following season. Played Danny Taggart and I lost 3-2. Little bit of a pattern there, but
you're knocking on the door, Teach. You're knocking on the door.
I'm close.
You're very close.
I'm close. Like I said earlier, if I could pot a double, pot down the rail, and pot long, I could be half decent.
You're a very decent player, Teach. Don't sell yourself short. Believe me, I've played you many times, and I've only ever beaten you once. Wow. Well, everything's happened there. Black's gone in the middle. White off the table.
So, in these rules, the black ball will come back up. John Sayers has now just spotted that the black ball actually went down. So the black ball gets respotted, and because the cue ball came off the table, it will be ball in hand for Tony. And looking at this layout, Tony's going to fancy red straight away.
And as you mentioned there, ball in hand, but ball in hand anywhere on the table, because the white did leave the bed of the table. And what did you say to me earlier? Rowett's break is a powerful break, and we saw it there.
And Tony's going to be licking his lips at this opportunity.
Absolutely. He's not messing around.
Just needs to be careful here. The two reds to the right of the black. Slightly awkward. Just need to get good position.
Don't know if he played that kiss in the yellow. Jacko, he's been playing for the Rat Pack for how many years, Teach? I have no idea. A long time. I believe the Rat Pack are their home venue at the moment is based in the Pear Tree. Is that right? In Purley.
They are. So I think previous to the Rat Pack, Tony did have a couple of seasons at the Prop.
Ah, the Prop.
And then
yes.
when I first joined the league, Tony was playing for a team called the Patriots. With
Right.
a certain John Hersey, Paul Richards, and others. But it's always been in the top division ever since.
Oh yeah.
I don't think he always gets quite the recognition he deserves. Very, very good player. Always.
Oh. Lovely cut in the middle, but he's lost the white a little bit there.
I think it does pass. Does pass these two yellows. Not sure from this angle. Maybe it doesn't. If it doesn't, then he's looking at a fine cut back into the right middle.
He's jacking the cue up.
Wow.
Wow, what a cut.
Wow. What a fantastic.
And even the referee's tapping. I mean,
And there's a little smile on Rohit's face.
He is.
That
He did-
that
he-
break has come back to haunt him.
it has.
And that is a reverse dish.
Reverse dish.
1-0 to
Wow.
Jackson.
So I'm gonna read his accomplishment. Tony Jacko's accomplishments.
Have we got time?
I know. We may need another video. So his first win was the doubles knockout in the winter season of 2003-04. Has won the plate before, so this is not his first rodeo when it comes to the plate. Won it in 2010-2011 Winter League. Then another doubles knockout plate in 2016. Then another doubles knockout for the Summer League in 2019. Singles winner of the main in 02-03. Singles winner again in 2011. Doubles knockout again for the plate in 23 and 24 respectively. Won the singles again, the main, in Summer League 2022. I mean,
I think we'll just say etc. etc.
etc.
Okay, frame 2, Halil. Tony Jackson with the break.
I believe he plays with quite a small tip, is that right?
I think he does.
A lovely break there, and he's got a yellow for break, but he's got it off.
Would you Adam and Eve it?
I can't Adam and leave it.
And I think Rohit, after the
And the ref,
calamity of that first break, will just be chomping at the bit.
he
now
will be,
to get his hand on the table.
Absolutely. And you know what? Just heard the referee John Sayers said Kubo behind the line because the Kubo didn't leave the bed of the table, so it was a ball in hand, but behind the line.
Interesting to have John reffing all 3 finals tonight.
Yeah.
I know in previous years the committee have taken it in turns to referee a final, so I don't know whether that's a change in the constitution,
Possibly.
or something that they're discussing.
I'm accustomed to refereeing, but not this sport, I'm afraid. So he's just doing the right. He's doing the right thing. He's just taking a step back. There was no shot clock either, as well, which we forgot. Which we also in the previous 2 finals as well played tonight. So there's no shot clock. So you can take all the time in the world to play this.
I think it's one of those situations where there is a shout for both colours.
Yeah.
But you also know with these rules that the deeper you go into a clearance, the bigger risk you're taking if you're not going to clear them up. And he knows how dangerous Jacko is. Yeah, he didn't seem happy with that choice of shots.
No.
And I just feel when you haven't really had time at the table yet, you just want to get your...
You do. You want to get your hand on the table.
And just make a few simple ones.
Yeah. And maybe, and as you said, they teach, maybe that was the order of the day. Just put a simple ball, just try and get in, and just feel it, and feel your way into the final.
So it's still open.
It is.
And Jacko looks like he's possibly going for yellows.
Great opening pot there by Jacko.
The way he's played that, I wondered if he was trying to screw back and possibly cannon the black. Not that there was a need to, but...
A surprising miss there by Jacko, and now I don't think Rowett expected to come to the table this quickly. So
I think Rowett's got to
just put a
take
few.
advantage of this.
He does.
Self-settled.
Just put a few balls here. Just calm the nerves a bit. Possibly playing the loss of turn, or ideally the skill shot.
I think he's going to attempt the skill shot here.
I felt there, and I could be wrong here, Teach. He put all his concentration in the skill shot and forgot about the white. But what he can play a great shot, and he's played a lovely shot there.
However, this yellow does sneak into the right middle, the one nearest to the black, just below it. And I think if Tony makes this, the clearance is on.
Trying to play it off the red, but unlucky there.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure he needed to do that.
Right. Does them two reds go as a plant in the middle? I think it does plant. I could be wrong though. I can't. It's doing the right thing there, in my opinion. Definitely doing the right thing. But because also he's settling himself down as well in the final. Especially how Jacko took out the reverse dish in the frame one. In his best of 9 encounter. He's only played the double. Wow.
He's found the tiniest of gaps there. What a lovely shot.
It was such a lovely shot, you couldn't even get a bus through there. Double decker.
So now he's just got a straight yellow into the top right. Doesn't need to do too much with the cue ball. Might just play a stunt shot. Cued that beautifully. He's getting down quickly for this one, so I assume this yellow passes, or is he going to roll it through? He's going to roll it through. And Tony is now in prime position to take out frame 2 and get a 2-frame lead.
With the yellow as mercy. Was that a kick there maybe? Or was it just...
I think he's just tried to hold that.
And he has done it perfectly.
So the ref's going to just have a little walk round here.
Yeah.
And we are right behind this black over here.
And that's for 2-0. So while they Rower racks up for the third frame. So as you know, tomorrow, Teach, end of the season.
It's been a long old summer.
It has. How you guys been doing?
We're doing all right. We were about 3 weeks ago, we were 14 frames off of the top spot. Going into the final match tomorrow, we're now 5 frames off the top spot, behind the 21 club, having beaten them 10-5 in the previous
That was a
match.
bit. Yeah,
We played very, very well.
I saw that. Yeah, and so the 21 club. I'm going to be obviously rooting for my boys, but they've got a 5 frame advantage. But so who have you got tomorrow night?
So we are at home, local derby against the Misfits, who we had a friendly with last week.
Yes, I saw that. Yes. So back to the action. A ball pot off the break. Is that right?
It was. A red ball was potted, and I mean this is a massive frame.
It is. It is. It is.
2-0 down against Tony Jackson in the final is certainly not the start he would have wanted.
No.
But Tamil Rohit will back himself. He's a confident player.
And as you say, he's got a monster break as well.
Just wondering whether he can see this yellow at the bottom left-hand corner. Or whether the knuckle is slightly in the way here.
No, I think he can see that. I think he can see that.
Fancies the other yellow though. Yellows is definitely the ball.
And you know what? I'd be happy with that. He's on that yellow in the middle. He just need to get a few pots under his belt here, just to calm the nerves, and ask a question.
Yeah, he's got a slightly delicate pot here into the right middle, but back him to make it.
And Robert's doing the right thing, as I mentioned, just taking his time, he's not rushing, looking at the table, assessing the situation.
Yeah, I'd be disappointed with that miss. It wasn't easy, but you'd expect him to make that one.
Of course, yeah.
So Tony's back at the table on reds. Probably his awkward red is the one that's connected to the yellow at the top right, but I think it does drop in the middle. So I know Tony will have had a look at that.
And you know what? He maybe
might even look to play it now or disturb it. Wow, what a fabulous shot.
Unbelievable shot.
I know Tony talks a lot about his golfing shoulder, often causing him a bit of discomfort, but there was no problem with that.
Do you know what his handicap is on the old golf course?
I don't, I'm afraid.
Even though, even with all his experience, Jacko, I'm watching him, right? The competitive juice is unbelievable. The desire to win. And I'm not just saying that because he's here. It's just a testament to his, he's been playing for so many years.
And I think that's shown in his consistency as well, whether it's on a Tuesday night for the Rat Pack or in singles and doubles.
Without question.
And he always tells us he never practices, so you cannot argue with the success he's had.
And you know what? I've seen him in the presentation nights. He dresses for the occasion. Literally just come back from Turkey on a Lear jet, I believe.
First class.
Of course, only for Jacko. So just going to watch his white here. Twice along across the table. Not happy with that. He's not happy with that.
I think he's just about okay. Would have liked an extra roll, but
yeah,
I think he can still work with this.
Do you know what?
It wasn't easy.
It wasn't easy at all. It was a blind pocket where you haven't got the pocket in your eye line. It's always hard to judge. As my auntie walks past for the 84th time.
So if you're Rohit here, what are you thinking?
Do you know? I mean, I would just, maybe possibly go for a snooker. There's no. I would certainly maybe look at the yellow that he's looking at now on the right hand side, possibly in the green pocket that he's looking at now. It's a free shot because the white will be coming back, and he won't leave nothing on. He won't leave any red on. I think he has to commit to this, but it's also a safety shot, automatic safety. So he decided not to do that.
Yeah, I don't mind that shot, though. He's left him a little sniff at a plant here.
Yeah, definitely. The only problem is obviously you got the black down the bottom on the.
Yeah, it's quite a big angle here, isn't it? The cue ball's coming away from the other reds.
Is that going to reach? Is that going to reach? It is just about. On a normal table, that wouldn't have reached.
So I think Rohit's going to go here.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
He drops this yellow into the top left, leaves himself a nice angle on the yellow into the right, top right, and little cannon and game on.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because he has to play the cannon on the yellow next to the red.
I think Rohit needs to make something happen.
He does.
Because Jacko, you don't want to get into a tactical battle
Not
with
at all.
Tony Jackson.
Because he can tie you up in knots.
Yeah, I think Rohit is just playing on his mind a little bit, being 2-0 down here, but I think he's got to back his ability.
And you can't help. His first final as well, I believe.
Yeah, so he's just drawing back here. I don't blame him.
Why not? It's a safe shot. I don't think he can see the far red. Looking from here, I think he can maybe clip off that red, but
It's a very fine cut, isn't it?
cut of a surgeon. Just taking he's given Jacko a moment of pause.
So he's playing this with tremendous amounts of right-hand sides, not wanting to disturb the other reds. Yeah, I think he'll settle for that. I just think Rohit maybe needs to just make something happen.
He does.
And that will give him the confidence.
Them two yellows, are there a plant in the middle? Teacher can't. It's hard to tell from here. Because if he plays the plant, he'll automatically be on the yellow in the green pocket. He hasn't got much to do with the cue ball. I don't know. I can't tell.
Yeah, possibly. I just think that if you're going to go for game, the previous visit was the one to go for game.
No, for sure. Because
I don't think this is a better situation.
No.
But let's just see how Rohit's feeling. There's a lot of shaking of the head from him at the moment. Looks like he's going safe again. I mean, Tony Jackson won't mind this at all at the moment. 2-0 up. And
Yeah.
really lacking a bit of confidence.
Yeah, he's sending a signal. Yeah, because Jacko will sense that.
And he will turn the screw.
He will.
As they say, a wily old customer.
Don't know if you would appreciate the old bit. Oh, he's gone for a whack there. He's gone for a whack. And it was a legal shot because he did pot a red.
So he's potted his red and two yellows.
Yeah. And Rowett's just shaking his head
And a
here.
wry smile from Jacko.
Yeah. He can't
He's
believe.
thinking he should have been luckier.
With a loss of turn, but where's his cue ball going?
I think that's the right shot from Jacko. Once again, asking the question to an opponent that is clearly just not feeling great yet, not settled. And suddenly I think Jacko's now taking control of this frame.
He has. Looking for a snooker here. But saying that, I mean, I'm looking at the angle from here, from cameraman 5, and that yellow is quite thin. The one in the green pocket.
I mean, if Rohit was feeling better, he would be taking this yellow into the middle, coming up and down with the cue ball, and actually going for game. But the longer Rohit pauses and contemplates what to do,
you're hesitant. You're becoming.
I do fear for him at the moment.
Yeah, no, same here. Because, as you say, I've not really watched much of his game, but a very, very attacking player from what you've said, and from not only him but his peers as well.
He's half gone for game there, but not really with any conviction. And Jacko has a chance for a 3-0 lead. And that is perfect.
With the black at his mercy, we're looking for 3-zip. Not even I could miss this. Wow.
That is 3-0 to Tony.
It is 3-0.
Everyone's got the place at the table tonight.
So, Jacko's now racking the balls for frame number 4. If he wins this frame, will take him on the hill. Yeah, Robert, he needs to win this next frame, or this frame I should say, to settle his nerves, get himself involved in the match. Play the table, not the player. But you know what? Easier said than done. Easier said than done. Jacko has been in countless finals, but no doubt about it, Rohit will be in many finals. To come. Another break from Jacko, a powerful break. But is that a dry break? I believe it is a dry break. It is. Open table called. So Teach, just to let you know, it's open Michaela, open table, and let's throw it to the table. And as you said, as we keep saying, it's just so important, just to settle himself down. Maybe not take too long on the shots. Maybe Teach. Maybe.
Yeah, I think he's talking himself out of his usual way of playing.
Right.
That's his issue at the moment.
So you're saying this is not his usual flow?
Certainly not yet.
No.
But Jacko's not done much wrong himself. He's played very, very solid.
He has,
as you would expect.
Yeah, of course.
So I think Reds is the call here.
Yeah, just need to pot a couple of balls here and just settle the nerves. It's a lovely red there. He's potted there and he's got a lovely kiss on the red.
Sorry, Halil, I'm back now.
Not at all. The fans missed you. I've missed you.
We've got some quite strict parking regulations around here, and I hadn't registered my bike that's currently.
Wow.
Do not want a £60 fine.
So Croydon Council, hopefully you're not listening to this feed as we speak. So he's put a couple of balls here. He's just screw back on this red, and he has done. It's a lovely shot. And as you say, Teach, this is where you're seeing the talent of Rohit coming through here now. A couple of nice little shots here, and hopefully that will settle him.
Yeah, I think he's seen a pathway. It's turned slightly.
Yeah, it did turn slightly to the right. But hopefully that will settle him down. He's not won this frame, but he's given himself a chance to win this frame. I think Jack was probably playing the loss of turn here.
That's quite a big bag down there. May even get the pocket here.
Yeah, great call again by Teach, and not such a great call by myself. Teach was right. He wasn't playing that. He was playing, as you say, off the yellow, as you say, more of a bigger pocket. And as my auntie just passes for the 107th time this evening.
So I think Rohit's got a slight angle here. If he can punch this red in,
Yep.
and bring the cue ball slightly up the table for the other red into the top right-hand pocket. Still, the black's a bit of an issue.
Yeah.
It goes into the left middle, but not easy getting on that. So Rohit's got a little bit of work to map out here.
Maybe looking at the angle, he's thinking maybe 2 shots ahead here. Looking at maybe an angle on that red to move the black out.
Yeah, or whether he can punch in this red and actually just nudge into the yellow that's next to the other red. Can't quite tell the angle. Yeah, he's definitely got the angle to do that. It's a bit risky. He's just looking at that now, just to see where he needs to leave this cube.
Risk it for a biscuit, Teach. Risk it for a biscuit.
Dan Fox has just joined us.
I had the pleasure of Dan Fox's company on Saturday evening.
Interesting shot there by Rohit. Loss of turn back. I think asking Jacko the question back.
Indeed. But also, he's left the red in a way where he can get the black out, but obviously you have to get on that red in the first place. So that's a shot for later, hopefully, for Rohit and his supporters.
Yeah, I think the way Jacko's feeling at the moment, he's just looking for possibly a way of taking out this frame.
Yeah, he's feeling good. As I mentioned, a very experienced player. I think even that's an understatement. There's so many great players in the Croydon Pool League, as you know, Teach.
Yeah, I've met a few of them.
We have, and we both played against the best players. So
Interesting shot there by Jacko.
I'm sure, knowing Jacko, he's got a plan to double this in the middle, left middle. No, I like his thinking. There's the plan. Jacko, as you know, Teach, he doesn't miss it. He never misses a trick, does he? He knows exactly where to trap his opponent. But he's left a chance here, a cut. Now white's flying on the table, but it's all right.
Yeah. I don't think there's too much damage there from Rohit.
No, not at all.
And I think this is the kind of frame that Rohit just needs to nick. He just needs to grab this frame and get himself back into the match, because at 4-0 down, it's a mountain to climb.
Even at 3-0 up, he's not taking any risks, Jacko. He wants to win this even 5-0. He'll have no mercy. So he's taking a chance there. He's
Yeah, another clever shot from Jacko.
yeah, indeed.
Left a slight gap, but slim pickings.
Good white.
Let's get a bounce. Yeah, not too much damage. I mean, Jacko could punch this yellow into the right middle. Possibly screw back for the yellow into the bottom right corner. You can always tell with Jacko, he's just waiting for his moment, isn't he?
Yes.
You
There's
never force Jacko to go for
no,
game too early.
not at all. You know, the greats of the game, they know exactly how to trap their opponents, when to go for it, when not to go for it. They can read the game very, very well. And obviously, with this rule set in place, fairly, you know, we're quite new in the in 2 or 3 years we've had this new rule set, and once again taking no chances. But
yeah, I'm not sure Jacko's quite got the cover that he wanted there, but he's still asking Rohit a big question. Oh, he did have enough cover. So I think it's still advantage Jacko.
absolutely,
Particularly now those two reds are tied up. And you just feel that Jacko's just turning the screw at the moment. don't
very
you?
much so. He's just biding his time, and as you say, he's such a seasoned, such a, you know, very, very experienced player. You know, he's won everything in the game to offer. But you know what? Regardless of what happens today, Rohit will learn a lot from this final. This will be a big experience for him, and he will take a lot of positives from this. And he still has every chance to win this match. Just got to win this. If he can win this frame, and then he's asking, you know, get himself on the board, get himself settled.
Yeah, Jacko just needs to give this shot a little bit of thought because, you know, yes, he can get the snooker, but then if Rohit gets out of the snooker, then it's not really any advantage gained.
He was looking at the yellow in the middle there afterwards. Oh,
Yeah, I think he was trying to get the pot there and then lay a snooker from that one, but I think Rohit somehow needs to wrestle back some kind of advantage.
he does. Maybe try and play obviously the top red and then come off the left cushion.
I think also for Rohit, leaving the cue ball anywhere on the right-hand side of this table in the bottom right corner
Yeah,
could potentially just give Jacko something to think about.
yeah.
I think at
No,
this stage,
I agree with that. Yeah,
he just needs
yeah,
to give Jacko
indeed.
something to think about.
Yeah,
And also developing the two reds at the same time.
of course. Yeah,
So that's the shot I'd be looking at, I think. Playing the right-hand side of this top red and bringing the cue ball across. It just may be looking to make it a bit awkward for Jacko. But he's having a good long think.
well, you did say
He's
you
got the
did
cue ball
you
he
did
wanted.
say on the right hand side.
That's exactly where
Yeah.
I would want that cue
Yeah,
ball.
absolutely. And also at the same time, you got your reds in open play. So, as you say, posing a bit of a problem now for Jacko.
The only advantage he's got is that that black is still tied up. So whatever Jacko plays here, he doesn't really want to free the black. So he might play off the cushion here.
Which he has.
Like that.
Yeah. And you know what? I think he's asking the question here. Say, do you know what? I'm not going to move that black. And he's playing another safety shot. Yep. Nice shot. Do you know? I think that's just the pace of the table. Caught him out there. I think on any other table he would have been snookered. So But the good thing about Rowett, he's still got his 2 reds in open play. Do you know what? I was looking right down the line of that shot, and I went in the middle of the pocket. What a great shot that was. What a great shot. Play the snooker here. Yeah.
He's got a little decision to make here. Could play this and free the black.
That tells me we're going to be going for he's going to be going for game, yeah.
So he's dropped that in, and obviously the yellow drops in the middle. Or is he going long?
I would say he'd be going long.
It's hard to tell from this angle.
Yeah, he's going long. And that is that a foul? No.
It was cushion, white ball on cushion.
Right.
after
There you go.
contact.
There you go. So here's the chance he's been waiting for.
This will be a big test of his cueing.
Great shot. Great shot. Especially how he's feeling as well. Has to take this out.
So he just needs to judge the pace here. I think he'll take that.
Absolutely. And it's his first shot at a black in 4 frames. Played that very confidently, very, very confidently. And even Jacko acknowledged that as well. It was a great black.
And that is now 3-1.
3-1.
He won the leg. Right, won the leg.
The cue ball on the screen.
Just discussing
Whose break it was?
It was, yeah. And you know what? He's got to be feeling a lot better in himself now. Hopefully now he can push on now, level this match at 3-all, and it's anyone's game.
Just on another subject, Halil, I was talking to someone a few days ago about, you know how every pool player kind of has a bogey player? A player
Yeah.
they always struggle against, or they never seem to get a win against. And it becomes psychological in the end as much as
It does.
playing ability. So I just wondered if over the years there's been a player that you've always struggled against.
I tell you, I can name a few, and you're one of them. I've only beaten you once, and that was in the Croydon Open in December 2009.
Wow, was it really?
Yeah, I beat you.
Suzy Q's?
It was Suzy Q's. It was. I had a very good day. I had a. I came in that day with a massive hangover. Didn't want to play. I ended up getting the semi-final, and I played you twice that day, because it was a double eliminator. And I won the first match 5-3 against your good self. I was 2-0. I was 2-0 down against you. But I've always played. I've always enjoyed playing against you. I think. Anyway, back to the action.
To be continued. We'll carry on with that
Indeed.
conversation in a little bit. So currently 3-1 to Tony Jackson. He's at the table and he is on reds.
And I'm seeing that black, which is obviously going to be a hurdle. Just getting on very quick to get this.
Yeah, I think that was always the right shot there.
Yeah.
There's always sometimes a temptation to play a loss of turn to leave your ball over the pocket, but actually in these new rules, usually there's no benefit in playing it that way. So I think Rohit's played that the right way. I think Jack would like to play a little stop shot here and leave the cue ball behind the yellow, but he's conscious of bringing the other yellow out, so just needs to be careful.
You did call that. You did call that.
Yeah, I don't mind that shot. He's got all the reds out, but once again, asking Rohit the question, and let's see how Rohit's feeling now after getting his first frame on the board.
I mean, there's a few obstacles here. He's got the 2 yellows on the left-hand side cushion. You've got the red in the bulk end. So the yellow. I keep saying red, but the 2 yellows on the left-hand side cushion. The yellow up in the bulk end as well. Where Jacko's reds are all there, like cherries.
In those situations, though, I always ask myself 2 questions. Is there a better safety shot? And also,
Yep.
if I have ball in hand, does that help the situation?
No,
so
very.
those 2 situations.
Yeah.
are
No,
always weighing
it's a good idea. Yep.
But no, you'd definitely rather be reds at this point. So Rohit's got a lot to think about. It's really in 2 minds here. Yeah, I don't mind that shot, although if he's left Jacko a little angle here, I think he might be in a bit of trouble.
You called it, but then, and the black's more potable now.
Yeah, I don't know if Jacko's been a little bit unlucky here, whether the reds are all kind of being blocked apart from the one on the right hand side. Looks like it does pass. And it flew, absolutely flew. Hard to tell from this angle.
Very much so.
And I just think again, Rohit's missed a little trick there. I think sometimes you've got to make things happen in frames.
And a rare miss from Jacko.
Yeah, he'll be cross with that.
He will be, even when he's 3-1 up.
Sets himself such high standards.
He does.
And he's actually missed that by a fair while, so. Rohit back to the table, probably unexpectedly.
If he's going to take that yellow in the green pocket, he's going to be stretching here. Where's his cue ball going? Do you know, I'd be inclined to take the yellow, the one, and go long.
Up the top right?
Yeah.
I think he might be forced into that. Doesn't need to do anything with the cue ball.
Not at all. Because you'll have automatic position on the other yellow.
Nice pop from Tony. Couldn't quite get the angle to disturb the red. Is there a double on here?
In the yellow pocket, looking likely.
Probably worth a go with
He likes a double.
Rohat still got at least one yellow kind of out of action. Just got to be mindful where the cue ball's going.
Played the triple. Was that a fist in the air?
Was that a fist or a hold your hand?
I don't know. Hard to tell. I think he actually tried that. Doing the right thing here. And this is also good advice to players, up and coming players. If you're not sure of the shot, get up from the shot, reset yourself, back down again.
I think he wants to just drop this in, but he's conscious of obviously not giving himself a shot on the black. So we've got to punch this in a little bit.
He'll take that. And what a clearance this will be teached, because literally he had no shot on. As my third hand, he just passes for the first time. You can cut the tension with a knife. He's looking at the angle, giving the shot.
I think this cue ball's closer to the black than it looks on the screen.
And that's 4-1.
In the black goes.
It's a great clearance. So yeah, back to that story. Yeah, it's probably my best tournament I had played in one day. I had your good self. I was 2-0 down, and it was like the who's who there as well. Let's not count the players we had there. I had Gary Switnam in the second round. He just narrowly beat Scott Harrison 5-4. I beat Gary 5-4 to reach the quarterfinals. I played Luke Wilshire, a player I've played so many times. Him and John Pudrow, probably the most I played. And yeah, got the semi-final against Barry Watkins, 4-1 up, I think. Lost my head a little bit, if I'm being to be fair. And so here we go, folks.
Nothing wrong with your memory, though, Halil. Very impressed.
And it's just shame about my pool, that's the only thing. But anyway, enough about that. So Jacko breaking for the match. And that, I was about to say a dry break, but it's looking like possibly I'm going to call it early.
And Rohit's got a little look of a resigned ball player on his face at the moment. Punched in confidently by Jacko.
And he's not wasting any time here, is he? Teach. He's sensing this is it.
Yeah, rolled a couple more turns than he would have liked, but no real damage.
No.
Lots of check on that, and that's come out nicely.
He's definitely going for the juggler here.
Just the one problem, Red, on the right-hand side?
Yep, I was just going to say. Yep.
Well, it was that red that made me look at yellows at the start of this visit.
Right.
Obviously, he's got a plan for it. Certainly doubles.
Maybe play for it next. And he's walking on with real purpose now. Real purpose.
Does he disturb it here?
He certainly tried, and he's still on it.
There it goes.
And we saw with Paul Ingham's, he took a black down here earlier on in the night, which went.
You've got to be very, very precise
You do.
with these pockets, particularly if you're punching them in. And he does need to draw this cue ball back 2 or 3 centimetres. So he's got a decision to make here.
Giving every shot due care and attention. He's not rushing to anything with all his experience. But also as well, teach giving Rowett all the respect in the world. All the respect in the world.
So potentially this is match ball.
Is there another twist to come in this match? As we reach 10:30 on a Monday night here in the West Beck. Oh, where's that cue ball going? It's all right.
Yeah, he's got a nice angle here. I think he's going to leave that yellow to the left of the black.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
Drop that into the black in the middle.
Absolutely.
I'm
Yeah.
sure he's seen that path.
Of course, he's already mapped out his clearance. And this is the pace that you're.
Judge that nice.
And you said this is the pace he's normally accustomed to. Very fluent.
Yeah, just careful here. You don't really want to leave the yellow in the middle as the map to the yellow on the left-hand cushion.
No, of course not. No.
They don't really connect as easily, but he may be forced into that now.
Played that as well as he could. And he wants to just slow roll this ball in. If he's going, I presume he's going down the middle first. Is he looking to play this next?
It's a big shot if he is.
It was a big shot, as you said. What a big shot.
Big pocket.
It was great call. Great call. As Jacko laughs to himself.
I think for a moment he thought that yellow might sit in front of the red.
Yeah.
So just got to judge the pace here. Don't see any major problems.
Nope.
It's very tensy, you know. Look at them all, look.
Played that nicely.
Is this the match?
And he's got a nice angle here to bring this cue ball up and down. And this black ball for another singles plate trophy.
I mean, he's won so many, probably needs to buy another trophy cabinet to fit all his trophies in. Similar to the 85 final black that Davis missed. Not saying that Jacko's going to miss it.
And there we go.
And there he is, the winner of the 2025 singles plate winner. And now I'm now going to interview the winner.
Tony? You've got to say hello to your public.
Hello, children.
Jacko, well done. You've had so many trophies. You've won everything in the game multiple times. But can it be sweeter? I'm sure it does.
It's lovely playing on a fast table.
Yep.
In a nice venue and just doing this stuff in front of the
Absolutely.
camera. Love a bit of pressure.
But also as well, a special mention obviously to your opponent, Rowett.
Oh, he's the top man.
Yeah,
He's my
absolutely.
Croydon B mate or whatever. So
Absolutely, and he'll be in many finals to come for sure.
He's a fantastic player. He's just getting there. I think because I started off strong, it put him a little bit under the cosh.
Yep.
and his nerves might have just jingled a bit and give me a better opportunity than I should have had maybe.
I think the frame before this, when you'd done the double, the triple.
Yeah. I was just showing off.
As you do.
Yeah.
But once again, Jacko, many congratulations, and wish you all the best for the next season, which will be starting next week.
Cheers, buddy. Thank you, mate.
All the best. Thank you. And that concludes. Are we still live?
We are.
So Teach, this is it. This is the finale.
John, thank you, buddy.
Cheers, mate. We'll take it.
Tony, well played. Well done. So that.
Whether it'll be dancing again end of next season, we'll see.
Unlucky, right?
And
It's been a pleasure, Halil.
it has been a real pleasure.
Maybe this time next year.
But also as well, we have other commentators if they want to commentate.
Absolutely.
We had Andy Esgrove and Sean Kelly in the hot seat last week. So
Maybe we'll have Croydon trials for.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm busy that weekend, John.
Yeah.
We can have the A and the B and the C.
So tomorrow night is the season.
The committee first, though.
Anyway, that's me signing off. Teach, it's been a pleasure. Over and out.
Thank you, guys.
All the best.
Appreciate it.